Hello everybody, welcome to another video. Today we are touring apartments in Seattle. My name is Sarah, I am 24 years old. I moved to Seattle, Washington after college for work, and I've been here ever since. Ever since I graduated college, my boyfriend and I have been long distance. We moved to different cities after college, both for work, and this past January, earlier this year, he finally moved to Seattle. Before he moved here, I was living in this wonderful one-bedroom apartment, but we found that that space was a little too small for us, especially since we both work from home. So then when he moved here, we began our two-bedroom apartment hunt in Seattle. To give you a little bit of context of what we were looking for, there are 5 things that were must-haves. The first being we didn't want to pay more than $1,700 per person for rent, meaning our 2-bedroom total rent max is $3,400 per month. Ideally, we'd be less than that, but that was our maximum. Number 2, we really wanted an attached parking garage, or worst case scenario, a nearby parking garage within a block away. My partner lived in San Francisco before, so he's had his fair share of car break-in issues and would prefer to keep his car off of street parking. Number 3, there needs to be easy public transportation for work for both of us. Neither of us plan on driving the car to work. Number 4, there has to be natural light. I make YouTube videos and natural light is so important for these videos, especially in Seattle when you have some pretty cloudy winters. I think that natural light is pretty important. So if there isn't good natural light, I'm not even going to consider the apartment. Finally, we would like to have an in-unit washer dryer and a in-unit dishwasher, which there are a lot of buildings with those amenities in Seattle, since Seattle is a relatively new city. My previous one-bedroom apartment didn't have an in-unit washer dryer nor a dishwasher, and I think it's a lot easier to not have those amenities when you are living alone, because you can kind of just let it get messy as it does, but it is a little bit harder with a partner. And especially since we are moving in together officially for the first time, we want to make it as easy as possible to live together. So an in-unit washer and dryer and dishwasher is a must. We have 4 nice to haves. So these aren't necessities, but it would be nice to have these things. And number 1 is a good view. Living in Seattle. Seattle is an absolutely beautiful city. The city is surrounded by mountains. It's surrounded by water. The Space Needle is pretty cool. So I would like to have a good view if possible. Nice to have number 2 is walking distance to a grocery store. I've found that life in the city is so much easier when you have easy access to a grocery store. Number 3 is being close to friends. I want to ideally be walking distance to most of my friends or a short bus ride. Most of my friends don't have cars. I don't plan on using the car much, so I still want to be able to get to my friend's place and host them pretty easily. And finally, number 4, it'd be nice if the apartment building had an attached gym. It could be a small gym. Honestly, all we really need is a bench with some weights, a treadmill, and some space to do stretches or mat exercises. We still plan on getting a gym membership somewhere else, but just for those days where you're short on time and you just want to get a quick workout in. So with those must-haves and nice-to-haves, let's see what we went and looked at in Seattle. Starting off with apartment number 1. I think I showed this unit in a previous vlog, so you might have already seen this, but this is a 2-bedroom, 1.5 bathroom house. It has 950 square feet. It is in Northeast Capitol Hill, and it was originally listed at $3,600 a month, but the property manager ended up reaching out and reducing the rent to $3,200 a month. And the kitchen was probably my favorite part because it has this little breakfast nook in the back surrounded by windows. I grew up in suburbia, so I really value our own little house with a little outdoor space. That sounds absolutely amazing to me, but still being walking distance to a main area of the city. That sounds like a dream. One of the bedrooms is a loft style bedroom. And the con of that is that there isn't a door to that bedroom, but because of the loft style, the house has really high ceilings and lots of windows, which means a lot of natural light. And the loft style bedroom also has a nice little skylight on top. So great lighting. A little bit of a con that the second bedroom, that is a loft style bedroom, doesn't have a door, but honestly, that's totally fine. And it has a little outdoor space and a deck. I was really excited about this place. Overall, the house was absolutely adorable. It's in a nice little quiet area of Capitol Hill. Some of the pros of this place was pretty good price for the amount of space you get and outdoor space, and it had a free attached parking spot. So $3,200 a month is pretty good. Number 2, it was in a quiet area, which I like. 3, it's a really cute house. It's our own space, our own building. You have your own outdoor space. I really like that breakfast nook. The loft style is kind of cool because then you have those really high ceilings. The cons are, one, being a loft, that bedroom that is a loft bedroom doesn't have a door. Two, we saw that a building was being built nearby right next to this building. That might mean a lot of construction noise. We toured this unit on a weekend, so no one was doing construction on that day, so we couldn't see how loud that construction noise would be. And finally, number 3, it was a really long commute. Unfortunately, I would have to take like 3 buses to get to work, meaning I would have to transfer buses 2 times. Moving on, apartment number 2. This one is in a building called Via 6 in downtown Seattle. The size of this unit is 843 square feet. It is a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom unit, and the rent is $31.76 for 13 months. The pros of this place is that it had a great view. It had a great city view. It had a bunch of windows for lots of natural light, and for viewing of that city view, you could also see the water a little bit in the distance, which was nice. And it also had a balcony, which is pretty cool. I think this building also had one of the best amenities because on the first floor of the lobby, there's this really good coffee shop, bagel place. There's also a restaurant / pub bar type thing attached to the lobby as well, where they have trivia nights. So that sounds really fun. They had a pretty good gym. There was actually 2 separate gyms in this building. The lounge was pretty cool. So yeah, this building had really good amenities. The cons to this unit though was that it was a little bit farther from my friends than I would like. A lot of my friends kind of live in a similar area. It would be at least a 20-minute walk to most of them. I do have one friend that lives in this building, but everyone else lives a little bit farther away. And finally, walking around the area, it didn't seem like the safest on some of the streets. I want to feel comfortable enough to leave my apartment at night alone to take Otis out or go on a walk in the area surrounding my apartment, and I don't think this building was in a location where I would feel comfortable doing that. Moving on, the next apartment we toured is called 101 Broadway. The rent is $28.25 per month, so that was pretty good. I really like that price. The location was in Capitol Hill. It was 794 square feet, 2-bedroom, 1 bath. So being 794 square feet, that is on the smaller side. Ideally, I wanted a place that was at least 800 square feet, but I mean, it wasn't too far off. Some of the pros of this place is that it had really good natural light. It was a corner unit, so it had those big floor-to-ceiling windows. The view was pretty nice. I mean, it's no skyscraper view like the previous place, but you got a view of a pretty main street area, and you could also see the corner of a nearby park. The location was great. It's an amazing location, close to grocery stores, restaurants, bars, things like that. The price was pretty good, $28.25. That's the cheapest one that we've seen so far. Also, the rooftop had some pretty good views. The cons are that the bedrooms were pretty small. One of the bedrooms was fine, but the second bedroom was very small. It did feel like you were a little bit exposed in that apartment because it was a corner unit. It wasn't on a super high floor, and it was also facing a main street. It seemed like it would be really easy for people to look into your apartment. The last con was that there was no attached parking garage, so we would have to find parking somewhere else. Street parking is pretty hard to find around in that area. Julian actually really liked this apartment though. He thought it was a good price and a good quality apartment. I mean, it was pretty modern. Things were relatively new. It had a good view and lots of good natural light. Next apartment. This apartment building is called Modera. It is also in Capitol Hill. The rent is actually really expensive for this place. It's $39.40, but they were giving away 6 weeks free, so that would bring the price down to $34.85. And then after we toured the place, they actually offered us 10 weeks free, so that brought the rent down to $31.82 per month, which is in our budget. The location is Capitol Hill. The size is 916 square feet. It is 2-bed, 2-bath. It was a pretty good apartment. I mean, it's your standard modern new apartment building. It had good natural light. It was a corner unit. It had a balcony. The kitchen was pretty new. It was in a really good location. It was actually very close to 101 Broadway. Something to note is a lot of the buildings in Seattle don't have AC, which you really don't need AC in Seattle for most of the summers, but last summer was kind of weird where it hit like 100 degrees Fahrenheit for a couple of days. So I've been worried about what the summer is going to be like. So having AC would be nice. But most of the buildings don't have AC, so it's pretty hard to come by anyways. Cons of this place, you do feel a little exposed. I think it's similar to the previous apartment. It's a corner unit, a lot of windows, but it faces a main street. It seems like it's a little easy for people to just look into your apartment, especially because it's not super high up. Next apartment we toured. We toured apartment building called the Lyric next. The rent was really cheap for this unit. It was $2,400 a month, so we like that price. It had an attached parking garage. The location's Capitol Hill. It is 884 square feet, which is perfectly fine in size for us. 2 bed, 1 bath. That's also perfectly fine. We honestly were not really looking for 2 bathrooms. We can share a bathroom. That's not a problem at all. I did take a look at this unit on the website again, and the rent seems to have gone up a lot. I don't know if maybe this unit that I toured was taken and it's a unit on a higher floor, but now it seems to be listed for $3,273, which that's quite a big jump. So I'm not sure if it's a different unit or how that works. Maybe it's just the same floor plan, but on a different floor. It did have a really big balcony and a lot of windows, but I think the apartment was just really long, so not much of the light came into the apartment. It was also facing the courtyard of the apartment complex, which is cool. It has a courtyard, but a lot of the light is blocked off since, you know, in a courtyard you have buildings on the opposite side of the courtyard. It was in a great location. The roof had an amazing view. It had pretty good amenities. The lounge area was pretty cool. It had a ping pong table, which Julian and I like to play ping pong, so that's fun. The next apartment is in downtown Seattle. It's called Harbor Steps Apartment, and unfortunately I lost most of the information for these apartment units, like price and size, but I have rough estimates. We saw 2 units in this building, both between 1,000 and 1,100 square feet, and both of the rent was between $3,000 and $3,200 a month. So the first unit I think was a bit more expensive. The unit was pretty nice itself. It was a corner unit. You could see the water in the distance. It was a pretty good view. I think a lot of the view though is blocked by the other 3 buildings. So this apartment complex is actually made up of 4 buildings. So you had a view of the pretty extensive courtyard and also the water in the distance. I think it would be nicer to have one of the units in the other buildings where you aren't facing the courtyard and being blocked by the other buildings. Yeah, it was a 2-bedroom apartment. Honestly, really great price for a modern place that's close to the water. The biggest cons of this place is, one, not my favorite area, a little bit farther from my friends. It is really close to Pike Place Market, which is pretty cool. I know Pike Place Market is super touristy, but I actually really like it. One of the bedrooms was pretty small and had an absolutely massive bathroom, which was kind of unnecessary, especially when one of the bedrooms is so small. And the building just felt like a hotel. Like, it was a really tall building, and even the lobby had like a bunch of desks, a bunch of concierge desks that you could sit at. And it just gave this really strong hotel vibe, which I don't really like as much for an apartment. Also, I'm not familiar with the area, don't really know how safe it is to walk outside alone. We also saw another unit in this apartment, which I liked even less because it just didn't have much natural light at all. It did have a pretty cool view though. If you stepped on the balcony, you had a lot of the water view, which was pretty cool. However, this building did have an insane view from the top floor lounge. It was crazy. In the top floor lounge, you had a bunch of windows and you were on the waterfront. So yeah, that view was absolutely amazing. Unfortunately, they didn't have much outdoor space in the rooftop area, which, I mean, it's fine. That wasn't really a must-have for us. Alright, second to last apartment building. This apartment building is called Ascent South Lake Union. It is located in South Lake Union. This building was probably the fanciest building that we saw, and honestly, I kind of just wanted to see it because I knew it was fancy. The first unit we saw, completely out of our budget, is $4,500 a month. They were giving away 4 weeks free. I'm not even going to calculate how much that's going to be because I know it's still out of our budget. Parking was pretty steep. They have an attached parking garage, but is $285 per month, located in South Lake Union. The size of this first unit is 1,165 square feet, 2 bed, 2 bath. This is just simply the most beautiful apartment unit that we have seen. This unit just has insane views of the water and some of the city. The bedrooms were really big, the closets were really nice. They had built-in shelving in the closets. All of our must-haves were checked, and it was just really beautiful. Also, the blue kitchen. I really like the blue kitchen. I don't know. I feel like some people would really like it or really hate it, but I was really digging the blue kitchen look. This apartment was staged. None of the furniture would be coming with the apartment, but yeah, the kitchen was beautiful. and with that view from the windows was just absolutely insane. Completely out of our budget, but it was really fun to see anyways. The next unit we saw in this building, one that we actually saw, is a little bit higher up than the one that's available because the one that we were looking at still had tenants in it, so we couldn't go see it. But we looked at one that was the same floor plan but just higher up, so actually the one we are viewing in this video has a better view than the actual apartment we would assign. This unit was $3,800 a month with 4 weeks free. This one's 1,070 square feet, 2 bed, 2 bath. This one was expensive. I knew this building was really nice, so I kind of wanted to see it for myself to see if it would be worth the splurge. I do have to say though, the rooftop in this building is probably the best rooftop I've seen in Seattle. It had an amazing view. You could see the Space Needle super close. You could see Lake Union, and yeah, the rooftop was so fancy. It had an outdoor grill, it had a hot tub, a pet relief area, beautiful lounge with great Wi-Fi because I've actually gone to this rooftop to work with my friends before. They have a gym, a really nice gym too. So I mean, you are getting extra amenities from that higher rent price. Hi everybody, it's a new day. I didn't get to finish filming all in one session, hence the outfit change. So I'm back. We have one more apartment to see. Let's go ahead and get into it. This last apartment we toured was a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment. The rent is pretty good. It's $29, $23 per month. They do have a $50 per month pet fee, so it would actually be $29, $73 per month. The apartment's 831 square feet, a good size. When I walked into the apartment, I noticed that a lot of the apartment was covered in carpet, which is not my favorite, but I also noticed that there was a ton of great natural light. It was a pretty cloudy day, the day that we toured this apartment, but it was still really bright in the apartment, which I loved. It also has a balcony. We don't need a balcony, but it's always a nice little bonus. I also really liked how there was a window in the kitchen, and that window perfectly framed the Space Needle. This first bedroom that we're walking into was a bit small, but it was fine. You could probably fit a queen bed in there, not much else, but that's all we really needed. The first bathroom was attached to the main area, which is good for when you have guests over. And the second bedroom, I think this was meant to be like the primary bedroom, has an attached bathroom. We really don't need 2 bathrooms, and I kind of wish this was a closet space instead because this unit had very little closet space. The video really isn't doing the view justice. You can see the Space Needle, the tall buildings downtown, and on a clear day you can even see the Olympic Mountains, and you can also see the ocean. So yeah, the view is absolutely crazy. Some cons to the place: it is carpet, it is a bit of an older building, which actually I like the interior of older buildings more than the super modern ones. I really don't love the look of super modern buildings. It just feels a little cold and not as homey. My old place was a really old building. It had a lot of its original features like the hardwood, the door handles that I really loved. But since it's an older building, there aren't as many amenities. There is a really small gym. I think it has like a treadmill and a yoga mat. So it doesn't really have the weights that I would hope an apartment gym would have. Also, something that isn't ideal is the amount of storage space. There isn't that much storage space in this unit. Alright, so those are all the apartments that we toured. This is your chance now to put in the comments and guess which apartment we picked. So for a quick summary, apartment number 1, this one was a house at a loft style bedroom. Really love the idea of having a house. It has its own outdoor space, but the location is not ideal for getting to work. Apartment number 2 is a downtown Seattle high-rise. It has a great city view. The location was not my favorite, far from friends, and unclear whether the streets around it felt super safe. Apartment number 3, great location. The bedrooms were just really small. Great location overall, great apartment. It just felt a little exposed to the main street, like anyone could look into your apartment anytime. Apartment number 5 is big, really good price, but not great natural light. Apartment number 6 is downtown Seattle. It was a pretty good apartment, pretty cool views, but location wasn't my favorite, far from friends, unclear if it's safe, and the whole building just very much felt like a hotel. Apartment number 7, just completely out of our budget, so we're not even going to consider this one in the running. Apartment number 8, really nice view, just it is a splurge for sure. It's a little bit out of our budget, but the building has crazy amazing amenities. And finally, the last apartment, apartment number 9. Not much storage space, carpet throughout the apartment, but the view from the apartment is absolutely amazing. I would also love to hear which apartment you would have picked if you had to pick from these 9 apartments that we toured. And drum roll. we picked apartment number 9, the last apartment, which if you follow me on Instagram or TikTok or any other platform, you probably already know because I've been posting pictures and updates about it. When we toured the apartments, I really thought the carpet was a con, but honestly the carpet has warmed up to me so much. I like carpet more than hardwood now because it feels so cozy, and when I have friends over, I don't have a ton of furniture yet, so a lot of people have to sit on the floor, and it's so comfy sitting on the floor when it's carpet. And it was really cozy having everyone on the floor and hanging out rather than it being hardwood. The view is insane. I wake up every day and I just feel so lucky to be in this apartment, and I think that's the feeling that I was looking for. Storage space is a bit of a struggle, so we are looking for storage furniture. If you have any hacks for apartments with little storage space, please let me know and leave it in the comments below. Other than that, I freaking love living here. It is the most perfect location, has the best view, it's so cozy. I'm so glad we found this place. We definitely found it like in a spur of the moment kind of thing, last minute, and I just knew it was the one immediately when I walked in. I tried to hide the fact about how excited I was when I was walking you all through the tour because I didn't want to give it away. I tried to list out as many cons as I could think of, but honestly there weren't that many cons. Thank you all for watching this video. If you want any apartment hunting tips in Seattle, please let me know. I can make another video on that. I've had to apartment hunt 4 times in Seattle now, so I have a few tips and tricks up my sleeve that I would love to share. If you like this video, you want to see more videos, I make a lot of vlogs and other Seattle content, you should definitely hit the subscribe button for more. And until next time, I will see you later. Bye!